Hey guys, good morning. It's Tony. Just wanted to say I hope that everybody had a great weekend. I hope that everybody's spending with their families and had a lot of fun. With that being said, again, like always, I'm gonna try to put the Patreon on the comments and in my description. I know I always forget, but I have, as always. I know there's always a couple of people that always ask me about the link and and like to post it, right? Usually I just end up sending them the link directly to the comments section. But let's get into the video. I will be going over Ethereum and Bitcoin and the NASDAQ and SPY and just everything really because, the last couple of videos that I posted, I was extremely bearish and for good reason, right? I mean, the last time I posted for Ethereum, I think we were probably somewhere up here in like 1430, and obviously you've broken major. I mean, this is major trend, right? This is you have a full day candle under major trend, and you're probably gonna go all the way down to major, support, come up and then come back down, right? But look, major support has been broken. Why does this keep changing? Actually, let me redo this because it seems like it's wrong. There we go. You gotta be kind of precise with this, right? There we go, right there. So actually it's worse than I thought because I had to redo my trend. It actually looks like you actually broke a full 4-hour candle under major Ethereum trend, right? And you actually have a full daily bear candle being created under that trend. So as of right now, I am 100% bearish on Ethereum, and perfectly good so, right? Oh, I'll take this off. Damn it, you guys might have seen me right there. Also, super fun fact, I'm looking into furthering my career and going into professional and being a data engineer officially. Here are my currently open positions. Oh, looks like we're actually pushing to the upside on probably the SPY and NASDAQ just by looking at all these positions. I'm probably going to close these out just before open because I do think there's a chance that we might rally towards Jerome Powell talking later sometime this week, I think, for the interest rate hike, right? But again, very simple and basic TA on Ethereum, right? You're obviously still on pretty decent market structure, right? You had a high, low, lower low, a higher low, and then you basically had your new lower low, and essentially you broke major uptrend back from June 18th, which is pretty significant, right? As of right now, projected target is roughly it's under $1,000, to be honest. The next projected target is probably going to be somewhere on the lines of like 1,034. I'd say easily. I think we already have pretty good confirmation that we're going to drop all the way down to like $950 for Ethereum, right? And we're still on this downtrend, right? Still on this downtrend. I don't think we're going to go anywhere. I'd really doubt that we push to the upside. You close that weekly bear trigger right here, right? You basically canceled out this bull trigger immediately with this drop, and then you actually closed it on Sunday at $1,334.51. I've been extremely short on the whole market overall, and I still think we have a long way to go to the downside, especially after breaking that major trend, right? So now we can actually go into Bitcoin. Actually, not this Bitcoin. Where's my Coinbase? There you go. This should be my official. There you go. And again, same thing for Bitcoin. You actually closed the bear trigger on the weekly this past Sunday, which is a significant trigger on Bitcoin, really any ticker, right? Right. So you had a perfect bear trigger on the weekly, right here on April 11th, right? You can see stochastic at highs. You can see the green trigger, the green little bubble. And guess what? You would have been short since 39,683 Bitcoin, right? And I actually have another strategy that I use for 50%, any 50% retracement of weekly candles, I short, right? So you guys can see how we wicked up all the way back to previous resistance at 43.1. I would have immediately, as soon as we hit 50% retracement, I would have shorted all this. I would have shorted at like 40,100. At 100% retrace, I would have shorted at 42,200. And then if we actually did touch back at this resistance, I would have shorted that as well. And guess what? You would have seen that following week, you would have been in ridiculous amounts of profit, and you would have just written that all the way down. And again, in my Patreon, I'm teaching everybody to not close their trades. You don't close trades. You adjust stop losses, right? And if you get stopped out, you just get back in and you adjust your stop loss. As long as you get the direction right, there is no need to close trades, right? No need to close trades. That way you lose, that way you can have infinitely more gains. I'm actually teaching somebody at work, one of my coworkers, he actually held on. He actually shorted, Bed Bath and Beyond, and I told him like, don't close your trade. He wanted to close it, but I had him adjust stop loss, and all he did was just adjust stop loss over and over and over again. I think he did this for like a week or two. He just kept adjusting stop loss on Bed Bath and Beyond. He had puts, and he eventually got stopped out, I think at like, $1,800 profit or something. And he was like, holy shit, this fucking works. And again, I'm having him do the same thing with SPY puts. And obviously today he's gonna be in ridiculously huge profit, because guess what? SPY, I think this SPX just hit went back to lows, right? So sorry, I rambled a little bit, but it does look like scenario one is playing out for Bitcoin. You actually did create a lower low, right? You actually did create a brand new low. You broke relative lows here, you broke them, and you're actually going to the lower end. So again, even using a Darvis box, right? It hasn't completely broken the Darvis box on the daily. It seems like it hasn't, but again, you could definitely bounce from here. Would I take longs from here? I don't know if I would. Especially since you just created these lows. You can definitely rebound to like maybe 20,000 from here and then dip all the way back down. But you are significantly closing under this $19,000 level, and you created a full 4-hour bear candle. So I'd be pretty hesitant to open any longs right now. And I would probably just wait to open more shorts, right? Or adjust stop loss right now. And if you get stopped out and you end up rallying something like, $20,000, I'd probably just add more shorts up here, to be honest. But again, Bitcoin looks extremely horrible. It also closed a bear week on Sunday. And again, look at the SPY. Look at the SPY. Look at the SPX, right? You actually just broke lows of last Friday, right? Last Friday you had, or September, not Friday, but I think it was the 18th. Friday, yeah, I think it was Friday, right? I think Friday you broke lows. The low of Friday was 3835, right? You actually just broke it at 3829 with the SPX. Right? This is futures, dude. This is futures. And again, you're getting extremely, look at the 3 hour. The 3 hour, you already closed the bear trigger right here. So you should be already shorting. My whole Patreon should already be in shorts right now, right? Any retrace up here, I'm actually gonna add more shorts to my Forex. Did I already show you guys? Yeah, look, see? There's my Forex right there. I should probably add more shorts. I'm ridiculously over leveraged right now for my NASDAQ, right? I am, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm actually 110 shares short for the NASDAQ, which is, I think it's over $1 million position short on the NASDAQ, right? So I think I'm fine. I'm not gonna over leverage anymore. That's already pretty ridiculously over leverage on my account's only like 70K, right? So I'm already ridiculously over leveraged. But everybody in my Patreon should already be short right now. Should already be short, and their stop loss should be somewhere like 3861 probably, that previous candle. Let me see for the hour. Yeah, I mean, it does look like you might actually bounce to the upside. You might actually go back to maybe like 386 before taking another dump. But again, everything looks really bad. Everything looks really, really bad. You're gonna close the 4-hour bear trigger pretty soon. I would not doubt if you actually go down to 381 today on SPY, right? Again, for the NASDAQ's gonna dump a lot harder because Bitcoin's actually dumping harder, right? They move pretty well together. They move almost exactly to the T, right? So I would not be surprised if you actually start seeing, NASDAQ break this low on the Darvis box. Should probably make this a little bit lower, like right there, sure. And we dropped down to 11.4 today, or 11.4 this week. I mean, I know there's a lot of sentiment on us possibly rallying to Jerome Powell. We might. I don't think we will. I just think everything, all the TA, everything looks horrible right now, right? You broke Darvis, you came back down. High chance you're gonna break this low. Once this relative low gets broken, I think the next level is gonna be 11.5 for the NASDAQ. And I think we do break this, and I think we go to like 11K. Again, for Bitcoin, you do have a really solid chance of Bitcoin actually dropping to $12,000. And I'll be honest, right? Like, do I want it to drop there? Well, yes, I do, because I'm biased because I have shorts. Yes, I wanted to drop to 12K because I want the cheapest Bitcoin that I could possibly get. If I can buy one Bitcoin for 10K, I'm gonna buy a whole fucking lot of them for $10,000 or at 12K, right? I want Bitcoin to drop to, you know, to $12,000, right? The next, again, if you break that 16.5, you don't have much support until 11,000, like 12,000 bucks, right? So I mean, let's look at it, right? Let's look at this in a nice way, right? 11,000. Let's go all the way back where there actually is some resistance, right? Oh, actually, it shouldn't be right there. It should be like right. Yeah, that was way too low on the weekly. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Yeah, 12,100. Yeah, you have a lot of, like, you really don't have a lot of, what is it called? From here, right? From 16.45, like around 16,500 dollars. Like, you really don't have any, like, apart from here, like, I mean, there's not even here. You don't really have a lot of resistance, right? Or support. Sorry. So I think if you do cross, like, you know, I can tell you guys right now when we'll actually hit 12,000. Latest that will hit 12,000. Again, if we stay on this trend, the latest that will hit, you know, the latest that will hit Bitcoin 12,000 is by late November. I'll tell you that right now, right? Because that's when trend actually hits this $12,100 level. By latest time that, if we stay on this trend, I think Bitcoin goes to $12,100 by late November. And I'll tell you guys that right now with 100% certainty. As long as we stay on this trend, target for Bitcoin as of right now is 12K. But it's insane to think that right now that, you know, everybody, I get it. People want to be bullish and they want to be, you know, really moving to the upside. But again, it's just, everything looks completely bearish. Even the dollar. Look at these huge spikes, right? You're gonna break the Starbucks box to the upside eventually, and I think it's going to break, right? I think we're going to end up breaking, right? You had a low wick here on the DXY. You didn't break it on these lows when it came back down. I think we're gonna keep pushing up, right? You're still in a completely bullish week, right? Also, right, I have my indicator set up where, you know, the green, all this green right here in the stochastic, this gives me the sentiment, right? So we're still bullish for the DXY, right? Still bullish. So again, everything's still looking really bad. I think leading to Jerome Powell speaking later this week for the interest rate hike, I think they have no choice but to do 75 or 100 basis point hike. I think it's kind of a lose-lose situation right now for them, right? I have no idea what's going to happen, what they're going to do if they don't increase rates. I think it's going to be a shitstorm, and I think inflation gets so much worse. And if they do increase rates to 75 to 100, I think it's fantastic. I actually think inflation is a lot worse than having a stock market crash, because inflation kills economies. So with that being said, I'll see you guys later. I think everything's going to keep dropping extremely hard. Bye-bye.